Dear reader, listener, this is week 27. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, if you're beginning this audio version of Taught on week 27, I would advise going back to listen to weeks 1 through 26 and the foreword and prologue. All of these are in order in the playlist and can be accessed on the YouTube channel Taught at Taught 2022. This character's journal will make much more sense if you start at her beginning. Thank you for reading, listening. Taught, week 27. Monday, February 27th, 2017, 7 a.m. Wow. I realized this morning that I am 8 weeks caffeine free and 4 weeks a meditator and yoga something. I think my next move is going to be something in a different direction. I'm going to stop being negative about my job and other people. I think that will focus I think that I will focus on not talking shit or saying negative things. Now that I'm not agitated from a continual supply of caffeine and I'm all zen from my yoga and meditation, I'm confident this will make me resemble the type of person I would like to be. Tuesday, February 28th, 2017, 4 p.m. I'm wondering if I should stop checking my email. Nothing good ever comes from checking it. Nothing. Today, I was actually the recipient of a direct email from Nick. Yes, the Nick, our superintendent. It wasn't even one of those that goes out to the whole district. It was to me. There were a few others CC'd on it, Derek, Anita, Brian, but it was to me. Nick is excited to partner with me on taking our lessons in a new direction where student voice can be heard. His words, not mine. He would like for me to look at the schedule for our next in-service and put together a presentation that will introduce debate to others in our district that want to teach this. I need to have resources for all age levels so that elementary through high school can benefit from having debate be a part of their classroom. Thanks so much. And he looked forward to seeing what I put together. I would love to know what his portion of this partnership is. It seems to me I'm being directed to do a presentation. But when I reread the email, I cannot see where Nick is telling me I have to do this. But I clearly have to do this. Oh, yeah, I work for him. He directs. I do. My newfound understanding of what it means to be a teacher is very helpful in deciphering emails from anyone above my pay grade now. I did toy with the idea of just deleting this email. But this is now way bigger than just me. And to be perfectly honest, my ego is in the way. If they are going to push this through, and it seems they will find someone else to do it if I don't. I want it done right. No one will probably use the debate stuff in their classroom. But if they do, I want them to use it correctly. So I agreed, which makes me feel false and two-faced because now I'm representing an organization who is doing this for all the wrong reasons, and it looks like I'm aligned with their philosophies. Thursday, March 2nd, 2017, p.m., 4 p.m. Pretty sure I have talked shit and said nothing except negative things since I decided this would be an area to work on. But to be fair, Pauline has been extra needy this week. She knows that I will now be doing a two-part in-service on using debate in the classroom, coming to a breakout session near you, April 2017. And I really think this has opened her eyes to my value, my school social status value, that is. The situation would be funny if it wasn't affecting our whole department, and they are not amused. It's not easy to cover all the components of ELA in any grade level, and I'm talking about with students that can perform at or close to grade level. Anything that gets added to our plates is simply more weight to an already crushing burden. We all know that since debate has now become the middle school thing of interest and it falls under our content area, everyone in the department will be expected to be on the bandwagon. We can't just say, I've been doing it for the last couple of years and everyone else does their thing, because we are all supposed to be aligned and doing everything together. Shh. So, this is the equivalent of getting extra chores because one of your siblings decided they could do more chores, except none of us has time to do our already existing chores. other than Pauline. She's thrilled for our department to be getting recognition and very willing to do anything that keeps us in the spotlight. Up until yesterday, she'd been operating under the assumption that I had used her brochure lesson along with the debates, therefore making her a part of the debate thingy. She had already begun preparing her portion of the in service PowerPoint to showcase the steps for the brochure and had sent me no less than 10 emails demanding to know what I had prepared and how would her part fit in time wise. I had to not laugh when I explained to her that I had never used her brochure lesson. And for once, she was shocked into silence. The woman is too much. It is not a good mental health choice for me to not think negative things about her occasionally and then share said negative things with a select other few others, especially since I've prepped nothing and cannot even find a moment to care about or plan this in service. Honestly, if teachers in our district wanted to do this, they could and would. But Brian had sent me several excited emails wanting the debates to be recorded and edited so he could present them at the next school board meeting. Fabulous. State assessments are about 6 weeks away, and I would love to do extra shit so our district can get recognition for doing something that sounds cool and makes us look cutting edge. But it's not. No one cared about debate until they did, and I don't know why they decided to care in that moment. Once again, this is about adults and egos. It was never about kids' passion and learning. If it had been, we would have debated real stuff rather than having our topics reduced to the five least controversial topics. Even Amy is not really talking to me. And who can blame her? She's now trying to work extra persuasive writing pieces into her long term subplans to fulfill whatever requirement to debating. She officially has 12 sick days left and 2 personal days. Her plan is to work until she goes into labor and then take 2 weeks off. She's hoping she'll have at least a couple of days left in case she has to take any time off between having her bambino and the end of the school year. She had enough to stress about, and this newfound debate pressure is adding to her blood pressure. Friday, March 3rd, 2017, 4 p.m. In a moment of weakness and laziness, I told Pauline about the in service and suggested she should do a portion on her brochure idea as a follow up to debates, as an alternative to a formal paper. This will be very beneficial for younger grades. She felt this was a brilliant idea and wanted to know if we could get together Sunday and come up with an outline for the in service. And in another moment of weakness, I said yes. And it was a little more laziness too, because I'm wondering how much of this in service I can actually have her prepare and do for me. I know it's sleazy of me. I know it. But did I mention she does not have a small child at home? Saturday, March 4th, 2017, 6:30 a.m. Can't sleep. Sitting outside Starbucks. I caved and got a coffee and a donut. I managed to stay up until Paulo got off work last night. We cuddled and talked until 1 a.m. Oh, it was so nice. And I told him, I want something different. Different where we are together more, like a real family. We have dinner together, boring family time. He kissed me on my forehead and asked me, what had I been planning to do with my life before him and Mimi? This is a trick question. He knows what I'd been planning. I thought back then that I wanted to teach at the college level in another state. I wanted to be around people in education who weren't afraid of being sued and were passionate about learning and what it can do to transform. I also wanted to write back then, the days when I was single and had time on my hands and my brain could still conjure up storylines. Then he asked me why I no longer wanted those things. The truth is, I do still want those things. Kind of. Something about this year and my evaluations, the performance plan, the success without trying, just all of it has messed with my head. The bigger truth is, I'm not sure I want to be a teacher anymore, but I don't know what I want to be other than a teacher either. I cried, and he let me, making soothing sounds and stroking my hair. He even had to change his PJ shirt because I soaked it. As he was changing his shirt, he asked if I was still open to moving to another state, and I said yes.